Just to let you guys know, we are conducting an official investigative affairs, basically an investigation into Officer Layton. I understand that you've already prepared a typed statement.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to add other than your typed statement?
No.
Are you recording as well?
No.
You have every right to.
I'm not recording.
I don't mind. You have access to this anytime you want it, once we're done.
I figured.
All right. Today is June 20th, 10:32. I'm with Jason Taylor, Fire Department employee. Before we get started, are you aware of your Garrity rights? Do you know what those are?
I don't.
All right. Garrity rights are basically any public employee that's where an administrative investigation is taking place. You're compelled to answer questions. If you don't answer those questions, you can be subject to disciplinary action. Now, anything that you say within that administrative investigation cannot be used against you in any other form.
Even though
Period.
this happened privately in my home, this is more of a private matter.
Yes, so this is an administrative investigation, meaning I'm not here to seek criminal charges against you for any reason. You're simply a witness.
Right.
So
I'm asking you, though, you're interviewing me as Lieutenant Jason Taylor, or
Yep.
you're interviewing me as a citizen of South Daytona?
I'm interviewing you as a public employee,
Okay.
so it would be Lieutenant Jason Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the first time I've actually had to interview a witness for a firefighter witness.
police officer.
So I don't ever want to cross the line. I'm not one that's going to push the issue, and I'm not going to put you in an uncomfortable position
That's
that
fine.
you don't feel comfortable in. I just want you to understand that I'm not here to trick you or anything like
No,
that.
and I appreciate you saying that, yeah.
All right, last but not least, serving you with an official request for all electronic communication regarding the above case from December of 2024 to June of 2025. This incident involves work-related materials, a work-related investigation, so any screenshots, text messages, social media messages, call logs referencing this case.
I believe I provided them all to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't...
All right, some follow-up questions for you.
Go ahead.
How many police officers have you spoken to directly about this particular situation and provided them with the information on it?
I couldn't even count. I mean, I've had police officers come up to me and ask me, and I said that I will just give you what I know, the facts of it, and that's it. So pretty much the same exact story I told the parents on the team. I'm not into spreading rumors, but I feel like if someone asks me, I'm going to tell them to make sure, especially if they have children, to be aware.
Did they ask you?
I've had a couple of them ask me, yeah.
The parents?
No. Police officers.
All right, because you went two different directions here. So with I'm talking about specifically the
you
police
guys,
officers.
police officers, yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
they
and
come up to you?
I'll clarify.
Yep.
I said the same exact thing that I said to the parents.
Okay.
The facts that I knew, and I did not embellish or have my opinion on them.
Do you remember what officers you spoke to?
There was quite a few. I mean, that asked me, to be honest. I said all I know is what I wrote in there, and I don't know at this time what's going on with it, but I do think that it is highly suspicious that a police officer, and it's not becoming of a police officer, to, Snapchat a 12-year-old girl without her parents being aware of the situation. But I never embellished beyond that, and I didn't spread any rumors.
Do you remember who the officer was?
I'm not good with names. He's a really good police officer, too. I just know that, obviously there's a lot of rumors going around, and a lot of these guys somehow are inquiring about it. And if they asked, I just told them the truth. There's a lot of rumors over there that if you want me to tell you what they're talking about.
Yeah, tell me everything. What kind of rumors are you hearing?
They're saying that, he pulls people over and, makes comments towards the women when he pulls them over. He makes sexual advances on domestic violence. I guess people that are in there because of some kind of domestic violence with their husband. They say that it seems like there's a lot of negativity towards this man over there. So it doesn't take much for a conversation to spark up. But like I said, I never directly went out of my way to tell someone. It was in conversation, just like I said, stating the actual facts. There was also rumors that he, from one of your officers, I can't remember which one, that there was other parents that were complaining to either the city or to someone about him snapping other girls of the age of 15 and 16. So those are rumors. What I have happened in my house, I was directly involved with it. And my main issue was that it needed to be investigated. And it seemed like I followed all the proper channels 6 or 7 months ago, outlined in my documentation. And it didn't seem like nothing happened from it. The mother never received any feedback from the police chief or any further information on what to do to protect her daughter. It was understood that Matt Layton was also stalking her, which was increasingly concerning to me since he was at my house. And he knew exactly her location and where she was. Coincidentally or not, he was always around, it seemed like. And it was not becoming of a police officer. It still is concerning to me as a parent. And that my daughter is best friends with her, and my daughter is with her 90% of the time. So if he's following, probably also following my daughter around, which I have a big problem with. So I would also like to clarify, when I gave all this documentation formally, I believe it was back, do you have the date when I gave it to Trudy? I know you've interviewed her as well.
I'm going to speculate based on the information you gave to me was January 2nd. And that's based on the interview that I did with her. She indicated that all that information was provided the same day. So if she's saying January 2nd, again, just...
Okay, so I believe that the date was January 2nd that I provided all this information. I was told that this was going to be handled appropriately. Was involved directly with Trudy at the time. And the police chief, I believe, was notified as well. I wasn't there for that conversation. But I want to clarify that no one ever in the past 6 months came and talked to me, instructed me not to discuss this situation, neither verbally nor in writing at any point, even after the investigation began. This is the first time ever that I have been told to not talk about it. And since our conversation the first time, I kind of just went with that assumption. So I have not been speaking to anyone about this or anyone that asked about it, just because I believe that an investigation, both sides should have their story, and then, you should investigate it properly and come to a conclusion.
All right, I want to go back to some of the rumors. Were there officers telling you these rumors?
Yes.
Remember who they were?
Like I said, it's probably 99% of your police department, without an exaggeration.
So detectives?
I don't really, road guys, sergeants and down. Yeah.
And they're coming to you.
I don't want to necessarily say that they're coming to me, but people are saying that they don't want to work with him because of some of the stuff that he does. He's very he curses a lot too. A lot of them say he tried making one of your police officers, who's a very Christian-oriented man. He gets on him all the time about cursing. There's just a lot of negativity about the police officers, talking about Matt and how he handles calls, how he's disrespectful to people that work here because of their Christian beliefs, and how they don't curse. And then the fact that he pulls people over, and when they're girls, he seems to try to flirt with them, or the domestic violence, I guess you would call them victims. He does the same exact stuff to them. So yeah, I've heard it all, and I mean, like I said, these are rumors, so I didn't really entertain any of them. But it was also kind of concerning of, who is this man exactly, and all these things don't sound like someone that is becoming of a police officer that took an oath to protect and serve. My calls with him, I've seen Matt get very excited on calls. I've seen him, and I don't know if that's what you teach them over there, is to be very loud and vocal, but it seems like he's a little unstable. I remember a specific traffic call. I believe it was off Reed Canal in Nova, and he went ballistic on a 92-year-old lady. I mean, for no reason, just screaming at her. I mean, I don't know if she was 92, but she was between 80 and 90 years old, to the point where she just completely stopped her car. And I even told him, I was like, Matt, you can't talk to people like that. So I've seen some things that I don't think are becoming of a police officer, and a lot of your police officers have seen things that are not becoming of a police officer. And I think that they're just stories that were being shared and rumors. What I have said is facts, and I have the facts to it because it happened in my household. I provided all the documentation 6 months ago through the proper avenues, and nothing happened from it. Not a phone call, nothing. Not to the mother, not to me, no one. So, I don't know. And I know that you're kind of relating this to a work matter. This happened in my private house, a lot of these Snapchats and stuff like this. This was off duty, all this stuff. This was not on duty. This was all the snaps and stuff that he was communicating, the 41 my house.
Let's go back to the possibility of Matt stalking. Kind of clarify maybe the conversation that you had that led you to believe that.
So, and I would like to see the research done if you pull his AVL on his cop car. How many times? I mean, we do have the capabilities of doing that, correct?
If you could clarify.
So the way Snapchat works is if you're friends with someone and they have their location on, which you could always see where they're at.
Okay.
Okay. So coincidentally, and I know, it just seems like Matt was always where he was, and that's why he was having some big issues. It's not just the snaps, the 41 consecutive days, the not knowing who he is. It's posting up across from her house directly when she gets home from a 3-day vacation. I mean, that's more than a coincidence. He's directly posted up at the church the day they get back. Not just the day, the second, backing his trailer back into that's the picture I included. And he's trying to solicit her to come outside and talk to him. So if he doesn't have her location and she didn't tell him that she was coming home, either that's just a coincidence or he's stalking her.
Were there any other instances that you're aware of? You provided?
The public scenario, even though he was on duty, he was warned to not be there or be near there. I don't know if he knew she was going to be there, but the cop car, the family has began to recognize the cop car, what his cop car looks like, and the son has noticed that it's always around. And the dad all day, so sometimes those kids are just home alone. I mean, he's 100% sure that he's seen Matt in that car, and that it was Matt, and it was more than once or twice. So it is kind of alarming that, you got 41 days of unknown Snapchats that couldn't be documented, of him sending her videos and stuff like that. Police officers, she just thought that this police officer was a friendly police officer, and we had to let her know that, with you being only a 13-year-old girl, that no man over the age of 18 should ever be talking to you via text message, phone calls, or Snapchat, TikTok, Roblox, or any application without your parental consent. I've been friends with this family for almost 9 years, and I'm not friends with her on Snapchat. I'm not friends with her on Instagram. I don't even text her unless she's in a group text with my daughter. And it's usually to say to come outside, it's time to go to school. My understanding is she allows her to have Snapchat, but she has it mirrored on her phone. So anything that comes across it, she could see. And then when she inquired about it, that's when she realized that it was this man, a police officer, and she's not friends with him. Her husband is not friends with him. So they do not know this man at all. And that's when she started screenshotting several of these messages. Now, when you take a screenshot, it notifies the sender. It becomes a red flag. Like, why is someone screenshotting private messages that are automatically deleted? Who knows what happened the other 40 days? She only captured a small footprint into these conversations that probably would have continued going on for who knows how long until the mother caught it. You know, I apologize if I'm emotional about it, but it happened in my house. And I think it's completely, like I keep saying that word, it's not becoming of a police officer to be Snapchatting a little girl in a marked police car for 41 consecutive days. And it's highly suspicious that he knew her whereabouts and was trying to solicit her coming out of her house so they can chat it up or talk whatever they were doing. And the unknown is even more concerning because we don't know, you know, and it's a disservice to the citizens of South Daytona because now people don't trust you guys, you know, they don't trust police officers, and it's sad, dude. It really is. This hits home. You know, I live in this city, and I think in no way, shape, or form should a police officer or even any man ever be soliciting a underage girl, especially through Snapchat, that is undocumented, that deletes itself automatically after minutes of getting a notification. So I just hope that you guys do a thorough investigation. Now, all the rumors and stuff like that, I get it from an admin point of view. We have rumors here, and we try to squash them. But it sounds like some of these hold some truth to these police officers. It sounds like some of these are not rumors. And that's all I got.
All right. Raise your right hand. You swear and affirm that all information you provided is true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
I affirm everything's true to the best of my ability.